All right, good night, good night, good night. Welcome to another episode of Our Purpose Podcast. As you know, I'm your host, The Voice. With me tonight, have two lovely individuals. I do have Ryan with me, and I have Charmaine as well. So I'll go ahead and put them on the screen, so we could definitely go ahead and get the show started. What you doing, boss?
Night, night, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
And how you doing,
Happy
Charms?
Sunday.
I'm good.
I don't know if it's a good well. I don't know if it's a good Sunday, cause my team couldn't get the 3 points. Couldn't get the 3 points
Which
today,
team?
but at least United.
Oh,
Which other
man.
team? Which
Oh,
other team? United. We couldn't get the 3 points today, but we get 1 point, so I'm good with that. How you doing, Charmaine? I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't talked to you forever. How you doing?
I'm good because you've been hiding me out. That's why.
Here's someone in the comment section saying, "Hey, Charms."
Hi.
I don't know if you can see. Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Say here, Charms. All right. So as you guys know, what we're gonna talk about tonight, we're gonna talk about a variety of topics. But before we even get into the topics, I would just like to know, Charms, if you can tell me, just what's on your mind? What has been, a long week, long work week, a lot of stuff happening on social media, outside of social media. Like, what's on your mind?
Um. Nothing really.
Nothing really.
No. Just not looking forward to another work week. That's it.
How about you, Ryan?
um, not much. Just there to watch the wrestling till the thing till ready to start.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
And
I have
earlier to
something on
the
my mind.
football. So
I have something. I have something on my mind. What's really on my mind? I saw a picture today, and Charms, you are probably the perfect person for me to ask about this because obviously, you are a mother. So I just see a mother, and she brought her 5-year-old out to carnival, right? And this is her third time at carnival, and I don't want people to say, "Oh, misogynistic or sexist or this, that, right?" So for me, if I had a child, I wouldn't want my child to be out there at carnival with my girlfriend, with my wife, with my side chick, whatever it is. I wouldn't want my daughter out there. I just think it's not a good look. I don't think it's a place for a child. That's what's on my mind right now. So I want to ask you, what do you think? Do you think a 5-year-old should be out there at carnival?
Definitely not. Street carnival is no place for a child. It's not age appropriate. It's just the same. We don't take our kids to adult parties. It's
Mm-hmm.
the same thing there. I mean, of course, it's in our culture. People are dancing, whatever. But the level of gyrating, the clothing, the women are skimpily, clad. Um, and just the whole setting, it's just not for a child. A child does not need to see that. Even if they're going to drive past somewhere and see, they don't need to be in that setting for the entire day, seeing people bubbling, jumping up on each other, carrying
Yeah.
on. It's just not. It's kids need to be kids. Let them be children. But they'll get to that stage at some point. I did. Carnival has been around for as long as I can remember, and
Uh huh.
so you allow children to be children, stay in spaces for children, and as they grow older, they will get into the things that they need to. There's no need to throw them in like that.
All right. Wonderful. And obviously, we have Gio. We have Gio joining us. Haven't seen this man in a long time too. How you doing, boss?
I'm here. I'm here.
All right. Wonderful. So and I'm glad you come on the show at the perfect time, right? Because obviously, me can't talk on it, Ryan can't talk on it because we don't have no kids, right? We're not the kids, we're girls, right? So, but
we can't talk about it,
I,
man.
huh?
Me tell somebody we can't talk about it too, man. Cause me tell somebody earlier upon the Gleaner app say them a tell me say me nah no fitness. So I say you know drive by your customer taxi driver or drive bad. Me can't tell you.
Yeah, so Gio, there's a 5-year-old that was brought to Carnival. This is her third time at Carnival. So clearly she has been there since she was 2 years old. How would you feel if your partner bring your daughter to Carnival?
Well, my partner not so stupid. But then again, is you know that there's a where does you know there's a double standard.
Okay.
So as regards to that, the upper echelon society won't see anything wrong with it. But if a mother carry her daughter to a dancehall party, that be a whole 360 argument. So it's nothing surprising to me, and it's not the first time I see a child there. It's not the first time I see a child there at carnival, and uh, I don't. If persons want to say I hate carnival or I hate soca, it's something that I don't like. None tall, I don't like it. None tall.
No,
It's
I
not
love.
far different from dancehall, but I don't like it.
Okay. All right, perfect. That's understandable. All right, so let's get into what we really want to talk about, right? And the first thing that I want us to talk about is really losing yourself in a relationship. So what does that mean? You get with a partner, and you get with that partner, you used to have hobbies. All of a sudden you no longer have hobbies. Everything that person do, you do. There's no more individualism. You're no longer an individual. You just want always around that person. You can't do anything for yourself. You can't think for yourself, right? So I want to talk about losing yourself while in a relationship, and then when the relationship is indeed over, how do you find back yourself? And I really want to start with, the young lady who is on the pod. She's the only lady here. So I would love to get her view on it first. I'll give my view, and then, we can all talk about it, and then, see how we can really navigate. Because if somebody's watching, the video, or somebody come up on it and they're in the situation. Because I know a lot of persons in the situation want to know, how do you navigate that? So, Charms, guys, if you can just mute your audio, I want Charms to have the floor. Charms, I want you to tell us, what is some of the reasons why a woman may lose herself? How are some of the reasons a woman may lose herself? And when she loses herself, what can she do to find back herself?
All right. So a woman losing herself in a relationship, it's something that happens often. So you get into a relationship, you're now committing to this person, especially if you're living together. So you're now a quote unquote wife. You're doing wifely duties. You're
Mm-hmm.
catering to your man, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm all for that.
Mm-hmm.
You get so caught up in it, you no longer hang out with your friends as much. You don't do things. Um, you don't have a separate life. You don't separate your own life, and that's important that you have your own life. You and your partner, you don't necessarily, even if you have the same friends, you need to have
Mm-hmm.
friends of your own. You have
Uh-huh.
a social life of your own, a life outside of that.
Okay.
You also have manipulative men, and they don't want the women to have a life outside of them. It creates a problem. So she's going out, it's an issue. She's talking to somebody, it's an issue. So he know his actions, even if he's not coming off strong, his little comments here and there, it pulls her away from her friend. So he has total control over her.
So what are so stick a pin right there, Charmaine. What are some of those comments? Some of those comments that men may pass that in a relationship might, because again, probably Ryan, probably Gio, probably myself, probably we have passed those comments, but we're not sure that, this is what we are doing. We are probably totally oblivious, totally innocent, but we are still passing those comments.
All right, one of the main ones is, I mean, you don't go out often. You finally decide to go out. The little comments about, you know, it's a man you go out with, or even if it's joking, they're joking. It's coming from somewhere. They're suggesting something. So they start to say, "Oh, it's your man you go out with," or they'll tell you that that friend will get you in problem, or that friend is going to lead you astray, or start to say things to for you to question your friendship.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of friend, um I don't see them as I don't think they see you as the type of friend that you see them. So it's just simple little things. They'll say it jokingly, but it's more than that. So then you start to look into yourself and you start to pull away. So you can't be bothered because every time you go out, it becomes an issue with the whole accusations about man. And then you have your friends, they don't necessarily like your friend, and start to speak negative things. So you start to question that. So they're pulling you away from everybody so they can have you boxed in, just in a little box.
But
Um,
let me
mhm,
ask you a question right there, Charmaine. Because
mhm.
I mean, I feel at times in past relationships, I have been able to tell if a friend is a good friend to my partner or not. Right? If a friend, if my partner should be on this road, they should be on North Street, but she end up on West Kings House Road, right? I think I'm able to tell that I don't know about this particular friend. Or this friend, she have 2 man here, 3 man there, 4 man there. I not really want a woman in that space. I not really want a woman in that space. Is it not okay for me to say, listen, babe, that friend, she got to go.
Of course, and honestly, most times, most men are correct because remember, you guys are out there, you know, so you and you've exposed yourself to all sorts of elements. So you
Mm-hmm.
know when you see certain women and you see how they carry themselves, how they act, you can tell. So
Mm-hmm.
most times when a man says to a woman, most times, I don't like that friend for you, da da da, or say something. It's true, but as I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, sometimes some of them is just a tool to manipulate their partner. Sometimes because sometimes there's nothing wrong with a friend, but they don't need you to have any outside, nobody on the outside. You
Okay.
stay right in here and they have complete control. So that's one aspect of losing yourself in a relationship. The other
Okay.
part now is pouring into a person that's not pouring into you. So
Okay.
you're because your cup becomes empty. So
Okay.
you're pouring and it's a selfish partner. You you're pouring into it. They're not, so they're focused on themselves and you're focused on them. So
Okay.
there's no attention. You're not paying yourself much attention. You're not giving yourself much, but you're giving to everybody. You begin to lose yourself, especially if it's someone that you have insecure men, and they will try to break down a woman,
Okay.
to make them feel better about themselves. And then now you start to question the way you look, the way you act, the way you talk, the way you do things, because everything you do is criticized,
Okay.
right? And then now you start to lose yourself because you no longer know who you are. You look in the mirror and you don't recognize yourself anymore.
Yeah.
You're not as confident anymore. Their
Okay.
opinion of you matters. And in any relationship, you're in love with somebody, their opinion of you matters. When you don't care about nobody else's opinion, your partner opinion matters. And when that partner is so negative towards you in every single way, you lose yourself completely. You don't remember who you are and what you're about, and you start to compete with people you don't need to compete with. You start to compare yourself. That's why I see a lot of women, they have now, have you realized everybody shaped the same now? You can, if you're looking at somebody from behind, you don't even know if your sister or your cousin because everybody looks the same. It's some of them is just, I don't even know. It's some of it is insecurity. It is my man likes big women with big ass. Not my man. I don't have one,
Yeah.
but their man. They realize that if the man cheats, it's usually a voluptuous woman, big butt, da da da. All of a sudden, I need that attention. So now I go and I stick things into my butt and my hips and my breasts and whatever. And you start looking like an upside down pencil.
I think Charles probably got a call. I think Charles probably got a call, but she was actually making some real good points there. She was actually making some real good points, and I want you to jump in, Gio. Based on what she's saying, based on what she's talking about, like losing yourself, right? Is that is that ever any of those character traits? Have you ever done any of those character traits to have a woman feel like she's losing herself? Or in your past relationship, different from now, have you ever felt like you lost yourself? When
Unmute.
when I think him mute, but to just not hear him. When I hear Jay, but the same question go for you, Ryan. Has that ever happened to you?
Repeat the question, please.
So, Shams was talking about some behavior that we put out there as men, to allow women, not to feel like they're losing themselves. But have you ever lost yourself being in a relationship with a woman where you feel like there is no individualism? You just have to just a try, do everything what she do to please her, but you no longer know who you are.
I've never done that. I am
No?
too much of an out there type of person. Just over the last 2 weeks alone, I get added to 2 new committees.
Mm-hmm.
So me, I got be the out there type of person who do different things. I don't have a particular time that I get home. I can be home 6 o'clock next week Tuesday, and the
Mm-hmm.
following Tuesday, I reach home 9 o'clock. I am not the type of person to get caught up that kind of way. But at the end of the day, you still have to understand that it has to be a balance where
Mm-hmm.
you have to have enough time for whatever it is you're doing, your purpose, as
Mm-hmm.
well as your partner. So it
Mm-hmm.
can't be, you can't have your purpose or working towards a purpose. And just because you have a partner, you lose track of your purpose because at the end of the day, a relationship can go for various reasons, including you losing your purpose because then she'll go say, what kind of workless man this me get with?
Mm-hmm.
And then she gonna left you and now you have to try to find back yourself when you
Uh,
could have been doing both at the same time.
yeah, but Ryan, so don't you think sometimes it's difficult if, let's say, for example, the guy is probably not as strong, right? Because I believe in my dating space, as growing as a maturing man, I believe I've lost myself a couple times, dating women, for various reasons, right? And and sometimes, honestly, sometimes you're not even know, say, lose yourself until the relationship over, right? So you start out to this woman, you feel like you start out to this woman, you feel like you love this woman, you feel like you love this woman, you feel like this woman is your everything. So then you start do everything for please her, right? You start do every single thing for please her, including cut off your friends then. You're not talk to your friends them as much. You're not hang with your friends them as much. Every time you left the house, she starts screw, she start complain, she vex up, say I left the house. So you say, all right, baby, you know what, I want to make you happy. But now I leave the house. So you're staying at the house, but inside of you, you're unhappy, but you just want to make she happy. So she happy, so you're in the house, but you internally unhappy. Sunday football or something where most men play. Sunday football. She don't want you to play football on Sunday. She want you to help her sweep out the house. All right, just because of that, you help her sweep out the house. Again, you internally, you're sad, but she happy, right? And again, by the time you quit now, you realize you start to have some resentment towards the woman, but you don't know where the resentment is coming from. Like you don't know, well, in my situation, I didn't know where the resentment was coming from, but I just know I resented her. I know I never love her anymore. I know I never care about her anymore. But at the same time, at that point in time, I've lost myself so much. I lose my friend them. I not have my friend them again. I just have my job and she. So if I know my job, then I she. If I know she, then I'm a job. There is
Because you
no
lose your purpose.
outs. There is no outside anything. So then now, when the relationship now about to come to an end, what you think me I gonna do? I gonna start begging. Oh baby, please no, just stay with me. And now I look like a poor thing. I look like a poor thing because again, guess what? I don't have nowhere to go. Because my brethren them used to play a Sunday ball game with me neglect them. I come out of the group chat because my phone I go off and she not alright with my phone I go off. So those are the little things where, and then by the time you quit, you just not have no friend, and then she gone probably cheat on you, she gone with the next man, and then now you are found to try and find back yourself, which I can tell you that is one of the most difficult things me personally had to do over my entire life, over my 30 plus years that I've been living. The hardest thing that I ever had to do was to find back myself, find back who I am, find back my identity, find back my interests, find back just being an extrovert, going outside, talking to people, playing football, doing this, traveling. Just some simple basic things I had to find back just because guess what? At that point in time, I lost myself to this person. So, Charmaine, you are back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
All right, perfect. Yeah. So we talk about the lose yourself now. So let's talk about how do we find back ourselves, right? Because again, you lose yourself now, you lose yourself completely. You're out of the world. You don't know where to turn. You don't know where to turn. You don't know where to go. How do you find back yourself to try and be some resemblance of yourself?
And that's as you just said that it's the hardest thing. It's the
Mm-hmm.
hardest thing because the days get longer than the months into years, and you are a complete different person. You're a stranger to your own self.
Yep. Yep.
For me personally,
Mm-hmm.
it was one day. So I was going to the gym because I've always been a slim girl. This is the biggest
Mm-hmm.
I've ever been, and especially it's worse for women who have children because the children become an anchor. They use the children as an anchor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's now a guilt thing. You go somewhere, or you're going away, you're leaving your child. Remember, now them free as a bird,
Mm-hmm.
roaming and soaring the earth. And as you pick up yourself and say, let me pull myself together, go somewhere, it's a guilty thing where, oh, you're leaving your child, and you're doing this, and you're a mother, and all that jazz. So I remember as going to the gym now because I needed to gain weight. I was skinny and I was stressed. The whole relationship stressed me, so I was skinny. But then I wasn't going to the gym for myself. I was going to the gym because who I was being treated on with was a thick person. And I felt like, okay, I need to create this image because
Mm-hmm.
then I would be his person again.
Yep.
And that's not me. You know me. I've
Yep.
always been a confident person with my
Yeah.
no, with my little butt, my little ass, and my skinny self. I me full of myself,
Yep.
always.
Yep.
And I remember one day I was in the gym and I said something just came to me. I said, "Why am I doing this? Why am I trying to compete with somebody? Why am I doing this for somebody else and not
Mm-hmm.
for myself?" So
Yep.
it is self-reflection, and self-reflection, it takes some time. When you
Yep.
sit down with yourself, nobody can help you with it. The healing
Yep.
process, nobody can. The recovery process, nobody can.
Nobody.
And so it takes some time for you to realize that you are now the problem because you are allowing outside opinion. Remember, you alone bound.
Yep.
You don't share no body parts with nobody. Even if you have a twin, you're yourself.
Yep.
And so you have to sit down. And as I said, it takes time for you to really realize that the healing process starts from within. You sit down, you self reflect, you look at what you're doing and realize that it's madness. You're
Yep.
doing something to please somebody else and not yourself.
Yep.
At what point do you start to give to yourself? And as I said earlier, you keep pouring into a cup. You have a
Yep.
gallon of water. You keep pouring it. Number remember, nobody's pouring into the container. You're
Yep.
pouring out. You go and eat.
Yep.
It's just like driving a car. You risk it
Yep.
every day. You say, "Oh, I'm going to gas station. I'm going to gas station," and you keep driving and driving and driving and driving and driving. The car is gonna stop because you're not
Yep.
putting anything in it. If you don't
Absolutely.
service the car is gonna fail you. So then, when you sit back and I was in the gym and I said, "Why am I doing this to somebody else? Why am I not doing it for me?" Yes, I
Yep.
wanted to gain weight. I was a little too skinny for my age,
Yep.
and so I started doing it for myself, and that's when I started to find myself again. When I looked in the mirror, I didn't see me. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't love who I saw. I didn't know who I saw. I was no
Mm-hmm.
longer confident. And believe me, it took me a long time, right? And
Yep.
that was a
Yep.
10-year relationship. And I
Yep.
swear to you, maybe I came back into my own about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about 6, 7 years of 5 years then of
Mm-hmm.
me being somebody completely different.
Yep.
And it's 2 years ago that the whole process I came back and I look in the mirror, I see me.
Yep.
And I
Yep.
love what I see. I love me for me.
Yep.
So it's a long process. You just have to take your time, be gentle with yourself, give yourself grace, and get back in there. But the most important thing is do not pour into people that are not pouring into you, because you lose yourself completely while they're
Yep.
full, you know, full,
Yep.
and they become obese because you're giving of yourself and not
Hmm.
giving to yourself.
So
So,
let me ask you, Charms. In
mhm,
during this time, because I know for me, I could not tell my friend them who I had remaining. I couldn't tell them what happened, right? I couldn't tell them say, yo, um, this is my situation. Like I couldn't tell them that, right? So as a result of that, yeah, you're late, Nika. But as a result of that, I had to suck it up myself. So when we're there on my friend that I had remaining, may I laugh, my happy, my joyful. But my heart hurt me. Literally, it
mhm.
hurt me because I'm not happy. But for you, was there anybody that you had to either lean on or talk to, or who helped you through this process, or was it just a process that you had to handle by yourself? Because for me, I had to, like, I couldn't even talk to my mother because my mother said, I tell you, say she never good, tell you, say she wasn't this, right? And then at that point in time, that's not really something you want to hear. It's the
Mhm.
truth, but at that point in time, I know
It's not
something
right.
I know
Mm-hmm.
something you want to hear. So
All
was
right.
there anyone for you who really like stood up and said, "Hey, Charms, listen, let's do this. Well, I have to do this. So I have to get through this."
Yes, I had one main friend. She was there from the jump. So she was there from the beginning of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So throughout everything. It's a little different for men. Men don't really have anybody to lean on,
Mm-hmm.
because how do you sit down and express yourself to your male friends? They'll have you off a certain way. So men don't have an avenue to vent because men are not as gentle. They're, you know, as women would be. So I'd have a friend and she would never say to me, "Oh, leave," or whatever. Her advice is usually, you're not going to leave until you're ready. So it's
Mm-hmm.
just usually her encouraging words, and she's going to be like, when you're ready. Because as I said, it's a process. You're not just going to jump up one day, and because remember, you're consumed by this individual and this relationship. So you're not going to just get up overnight and just
Mm-hmm.
jump up and leave. It's a process. And then when you get to that point, I always say to myself, I would leave. I always prayed and I said, I need something crazy to happen, something that I always said I would never forgive. And that's exactly what happened. It's something that I
Mm-hmm.
could never forgive. And that is what made me leave. Because remember, they play mind games too,
Mm-hmm.
Remember that they play mind games. These people,
Mm-hmm.
they know what they're doing. It's not like you're losing yourself all on your own. It's not. They're
Mm-hmm.
playing mind games with you.
Yep.
And, you get to a point where they can't hurt you anymore. They can't frustrate you anymore. There's nothing left to do but
Mm-hmm.
focus on you. And so
Okay.
I had people to share with, especially one particular friend, and she was there throughout the whole process, always gentle with me, always giving me good advice, and that kind of helped. That it didn't do much in terms of the whole journey, but it was
Mm-hmm.
just good to know that I had somebody that I could vent to, who wasn't frustrated that I was still in the situation and complaining to her. But as I said, for men it's different. You don't have that. I saw something earlier, and a man said, he didn't like the barber shop because in the barber shop when he would go there, men don't allow men to vent. You sound, especially Jamaican men, you gotta sound a certain way because they must say a girl clown and whatever. So you don't
Yeah.
have an avenue. Opposed to
Yeah.
women,
Yep.
as you start to talk, she has that experience. So everybody just
Yep.
start to class. You go in the hairdresser at the salon and you start to talk about what's happening with you. At least 10 women in there have the same experience, and together we're all cursing these men out. For you, it's not the same.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
all of a sudden you're a girl clown.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's different for women than for men. We can be complete strangers, and a woman would listen to you and give you advice and share her experience, but it's not the same for men.
Not the same. Not the
Mm-hmm.
same at all. Not the same at all. Gio, you hear me, boss?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
All right. So so we hear what Charmaine said, right? So Charmaine, Charmaine is saying, for women, they have an avenue, right? For men, why do you think that we can't talk to we're bridging them about if we lose ourselves, if we want some encouragement? Why do you feel like there is this thing where them have to clone?
Well, it depends on the type of friends, You have to understand what I will share with Vinny, I might not share with you and Levan. So it depends on the maturity of the friend and them thing. They
Okay.
probably Vinny will bust a one laugh, but you and Levan, we not probably laugh here 1 hour and gimmicks and them thing, and then we say, all right, serious time now. So
Yeah,
you have to
absolutely.
understand that. And one of the main thing you have to understand, from day one, society place man in our box and tell us you must be mature, you must be strong, for ball and all of them things there. And that take a toll upon the whole generation as regards to development and growth of man because we are growing with that mindset there. So
Yeah,
we don't know what to do when certain things happen.
yeah.
And it's evident. Look on this. It
All
might
right,
sound dumb, but it's a perfect example.
all right.
When a girl get pregnant in her teenage age, she have
Yeah.
woman center for go, When a youth get a girl pregnant in a high school,
Mhm.
him not have nobody for run to. Him not have nobody for run to, brother. Nobody him not front to. But the biggest problem a society place in our box. Tell us say be macho, be strong, don't ball. But not everybody can be that man there. Not everybody can, not even me myself can be that man there because things are gonna happen to you in a life where it are
Mm-hmm.
gonna strike you. If you're not strong, you probably lose yourself. My fiance said the first time she see say me have a level of emotional support in me when my daughter born, and that's bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been with this person going 7 years now. So that's really bad. And my daughter is just going to be 2 years old. So
Yeah.
the person have a day in a relationship with me 5 years before them actually see say, yo, I can be that type of man. But as we must say, society are the main cause for this. And then again, you have some man who are willing to speak up, but guess what? When you speak to certain woman, them use it against you.
Yeah.
Them use it against you. So right
Well,
there and then,
that's a hold on, Jay. That's an excellent point, and we have a woman here, so I want to get her view on that because she can't tell me say not even one time over her life she never use it back against a man. Hey, you weak, this, you soft, this, and all of them things. There. So let me ask you, Charms, what Gia just said. All right, what Gia just said. Is that something that you have done? Is that something that your friends have done? Is that something that your circle do? Why is it that men feel like they can't talk to women?
And Gio is right. I personally, I have never done it. I can swear up and down, I haven't. The main reason is I don't use people's situations, your past or whatever, against you because I don't like it. If I share something with you, I don't expect you down the line to repeat it. Like we're having an argument and you're using it as a weapon against me. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
very, I'm a very private person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little rough for a female. I'm kind of emotionally challenged. I'm an emotionally challenged female.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so for me to open up and
Mm-hmm.
share something with you, it takes a lot out of me because I do not like to be judged. And so when I share it and you use it against me, it cuts me deep. Something I would not forgive. So I wouldn't do it to a man. You share certain things with me, I'm always a listening ear, and you never, unless you cross me a certain way and use something. Let's say, for example, you use, and it has happened. My partner knew something,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know, jokingly, I'm assuming he brought it up to use it
Okay.
against me. Now it's
Okay.
only fair. It is only fair if we're pulling out of the chest. I'm gonna pull something out of the chest as
What?
well.
No, but what about taking the high road?
No,
What
but remember,
about?
it's right. But the thing is, the reason why, it was along those lines. So he was using something
Uh-huh.
about my past,
Okay.
and it's his past as well. You get what I'm saying? So you're
Mm.
using something against me, and it's the same. All right. So I used to talk to somebody, right? And they
Okay.
went through something. It's the
Okay.
same thing that my ex went through. Well, All right, so my partner went through. Now
Mm-hmm.
he's going to bring up and he's like, oh, you have a type because you used to talk to XYZ. So I said, yes, I have a type because I am talking to you too. So clearly I have a
Mm-hmm.
type because XYZ did that and you did that too. So I have a
Yeah.
type. I don't think I was wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're using you're using an experience, somebody I used to talk to against me when you're not perfect yourself. So I wasn't defending the person, but it's just that, so I wouldn't do it. But women, our mouths, it's our strength.
Yeah.
To use
Perfect.
different,
Yep.
it's right. And so I've had friends and they've used things, deep, intimate things about their partners to break them down. And these are, I'm not even, my experience, I can say without a shadow of a doubt, I picked up a demon. And that is the truth that God love. I picked up a demon, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so different levels. If you have a man that is not a narcissist, none of them
Mm-hmm.
crazy men, you have a good man, a gentleman. Nobody's perfect. No man is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
As they go along in relationships, it should get better. That's how you know it's a good man. Like what Gio said, that's how you know it's a good man. If when we're in the relationship, I'm not seeing any improvement, then that's
Mm-hmm.
not a good man. Because clearly you're just doing you and you don't have any intention to change at all. So
Mm-hmm.
if as the relationship progresses, I'm supposed to see change in you. But women use, uh, and those are horrible women too, to break a man down, to control a man, to emotionally damage him. That is her weapon. She goes to what he shares with her, and these are things that he would never share with anybody else. But he loves this person, or I'm rate her a certain way, and he feel like, I can offload something. I can drop a little of my burden here just for comfort,
Mm-hmm.
just for comfort. And then she's there and she's listening and she gives him comfort and he feels good because now I have somebody that I don't have to keep everything inside. I can
Mm-hmm.
share it with you. But then she's a little demon too. So whenever she doesn't get her way, or she's not, and it's usually the ones when they don't get the way, they don't get to have the man a certain way and control
Mm-hmm.
him, then she goes and she booms and she strikes with that, because it's usually controlling women. When she can't control the man the way she wants to control him, she
Mm-hmm.
goes deep. And she goes deep because she knows if she uses that against him, it's gonna break him down. So, and that's why
Yeah.
men don't. A lot of men, they don't share because the fear of, I am vulnerable. I am showing you a vulnerable side of me. I am putting myself out there, and it's a risk. And
Mm-hmm.
women in an argument, you come up and you're weak. You're in a house of balls, so you need stress and da 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 da, and then okay, the man shuts down. And to add to that, my last the point. That is
Mm-hmm.
why sometimes you get some women get good men, they destroy them, and then send out a whole legion into the world. So they get a good man, a man
Mm-hmm.
who is he's sharing with you, and then you turn everything upside down. He's no longer that man anymore. So when you send him out, you send him out to be a problem to somebody else.
Yep.
And that
Yep.
is why sometimes as women we get broken men, and then you can't. It's hard for him to even come out of that because then the trust is gone. So it's just like it's a cycle. It's yeah.
I totally agree. And let me ask you, Ryan. When it comes on to sharing stuff with your partner, do you is that something that you weigh? Okay, I can share this, but I can't share this. I can share this, but I can't share that. Is that something that you weigh?
Yeah, of course, because I mean, it's natural. You're not going to tell somebody who you just start talk to deep, very deep things. It's something you
No, I'm
gradually.
talking about on a season. Do
Oh,
you
okay,
still
okay.
hold back stuff?
It depends on what it is. You can't tell everybody everything though. So, but in terms of what you can tell, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sure, I share. I don't have a problem sharing. But if you use it back against me, then that's 95% unforgivable. But I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem sharing once it's something that I can share.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really have an issue sharing, to be honest with you. But if you use it back against me, I think that is unforgivable. I
So
don't think it's something that I really gonna forgive so easy.
I'll say this, right? If I talk to a woman, I'm can't share things with her. I'm not gonna talk to that woman. And I'm not supposed to pick and choose what I can share. So I'm not supposed to say, okay, well, I can share this information with her, but I can't share this. Like it can't be the situation there for me. Because in my relationship, I love talk. I love talk, I love chat, I love share. I'm not supposed to think about, do I want to share this with her? Is this a possibility so she want to use it back against me? Absolutely not. I just share everything. On a side note now, more ask you guys this as men. Does your partner share, I'm gonna start with you, Gio. Does your partner share like for them friend like tea, as them call it, tea, them business? Does your partner share that with you? And if they do, is that something that you care about, or you just go through one ears and come to the next?
All right. She not go do that. She not go do that. She not go do that. And if she do say something,
Yeah.
it just go through the ears and come back through the other. Because some are friend them, I kind of study them. Some are female friend, I kind of study them. So,
Why you study them?
brother, you have to know. It's go back to the same thing what you say. You
Yeah.
have to know who are good for your woman, where your friend is concerned. Because at the same thing with me. Me have a friend and from a miles away she can spot out and say, yo, say that friend they are not good for you. Me can do the same, me one can do the same thing with her because when me just meet my when me just go in a relationship with my partner, sad
Okay.
to say this is on the internet, them go and see it at own business.
All
She has
right.
one specific sister, she can't go no with her sister there again. You can't go
See,
no with her sister there.
when
Not
you
even
say you
church you
put you,
can't go.
you say you put
Put
an
her head
end to
to
that.
that. You can't go nowhere with that sister there. You can't go anywhere with that murderer or anybody else, but they can't go nowhere with that sister there again. And she like say why I'm explain why to her.
Okay.
When you're going out in the world, no, you represent me. So me
Oh,
no want nobody
okay.
see you all in a sister with that person there, zero. So yeah, brother.
Hold on, Gio. So Charmaine, how you feel about that? How you feel about that? So Gio is saying that his fiance can't go out with her sister under no circumstance because him say you are a representation of me, and because you're a representation of me, that is not a good representation. How do you feel about that?
Oh, based on how the sister is,
Yes, based on
that's
how the
it.
sister is. Yes.
Um, I would want to agree. I don't want to agree. I
Okay.
mean, I am my own person. I can't speak for anybody else, but me, I'm not easily influenced. I do me at all given times. Anything you see me do, just know it's because I want to do it. But I can understand, and as I said earlier, men are out there in the streets. You guys, some of you sleep with just about every and anything. Not that you guys here do, but I'm just saying. So you kind of have an idea
Yeah.
of, different type. You've gonna have a couple women under your belt, so I'm sure you've made different choices. So you've probably encountered different women, all sorts of women, and so
Yeah.
you know a good one when you see one, you know a horrible one when you see one. So
Yeah.
therefore, you don't want to be owning up this woman. You have her as wifey or wife or whatever. You see a
Mm-hmm.
future with her, and she's going up and down with this loose bird. You understand what I'm saying? Then it's not because on your end now, is boy. No, because remember they say birds of a feather flock together. Even though
Uh-huh.
I'm an individualist, you cannot sit on the outside and know that I would never do what these girls are doing. I would never live that kind of lifestyle. But when you
Mm-hmm.
see me with them, automatically these they're birds, I'm a bird too. And then they know your man and them I say, say in their road and I'm a claim say a wife, I may tell you say, oh man, I want she wild. She all over the place. She our friend in there.
Mm-hmm.
This them do. They're
Yeah.
porta
Yeah.
potties. Them gonna Dubai gonna be porta potties. Now maybe she just got Dubai and she rent her room and she's staying in there. But our friends in a porta potty business. So then you at home now, you're a woman they up Dubai. Our friend them
Yeah.
out being porta potties. And
Yeah.
your friends there, you can't tell them say your woman did in her hotel room and watch TV. No, your woman went to Dubai with her porta potty friends and she's a porta potty too. So
Mm-hmm.
therefore, as a man, even me as a female, it's the same thing.
Mm.
It's the same thing. I have a man and him have certain kind of friends. I'm not gonna be okay with it because when you go out and you're hanging out with them, you can't tell me that they're not doing that. And when my friends to them, I said, "Boys, your friend out there." It's the same thing. Like I was having a conversation. You are open minded. You have friends that may be homosexuals. Don't judge me, guys. I'm just making a point here. You have friends
Yeah.
that are homosexuals. You're not gay
Okay.
now, but they're a friend from long time, and all you have two cousins were gay too. Let me use cousins, a family then. You have
Okay.
family members and grow together, your brother, your cousin, you guys are close. Always a hangout. You find out so them gay now, them right out gay. Me, my man cannot hang out with them cousins and him. I don't care. You cannot go talk to them on the phone, talk to
No,
them at
no,
the house.
no,
Do
no,
not go
I
no,
out.
100% agree.
Yeah, man, because
no.
remember, I can't tell you not to talk
100%.
to your brother, you know. I can't tell you not to talk to your cousin because remember, Una come from far, Una got to wall it together, but all of a sudden you find out to them gay. You, I'm not saying you mustn't deal with your family, I just say don't deal with them in public.
No.
Because
So,
therefore, my people see you, people know them as like Shibata now. People know Shibata to be gay. My man
okay.
is friends with Shibata from way back when. My man is not gay. You understand me? He loves women. But him and Shibata friend and them I go party together. Listen to me. My man is gay and all people are going to say to me, say, boy, she did it with this man and she don't know. So this man is a man. No. So I'm not saying don't be friends with your cousin. Me just say, me not say that for close to them. Just see if you can do it inside of the house, behind closed doors. You're friends with them. When you go out in public, you're not bother carry them and go party with them or something because that's a reflection of me, and that's what's going to be said that my man is gay. So it's the same thing for a man. The loose girls, he's not gonna want the sisters a certain type of way. Them I go out and them I say, boy, my wife are up and this is what she's doing, even if it's not. It's just that's just how the world works.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So, obviously we're trying to keep this thing to an hour. We already spent like 46 minutes on this particular topic. So let's just move on. Let's just segue into the other thing. So I want to talk about dating etiquette, right? And I know for the longest while, Jamaican men don't date. They meet up on the side of the street. Hey, we're dead together now. We're dead now. Come on, my yard. Blah blah blah. That's normally how it was from growing up, right? But I think there are some key pointers, and I want Charms to let us as men know what are some things that are expected from us to them, right? Because I think some things are missing, and I think on this particular podcast, which is our purpose, I think it's our purpose to let the guys out there know, hey, this is what is expected of a man when he takes a woman on a date. If you ask a woman out, these are the things that is expected. So, Charms, again, the floor is yours. Tell us, men, the dating etiquette. What is expected when we take you guys out? Are we supposed to open the door, etc., etc.? List of the things so we can write them down.
All
Just
right.
in
So the first
yes.
thing is you find a woman, you're courting her, you're inviting her out. Use your
Okay.
brain. Do you question her, what is she into? So you want to take her out to dinner or something. You want to know what kind of date she'd be in for. So whether it is going to be an excursion or she's more into a romantic setting. So you
Mhm.
ask her questions. So you
Okay.
get to plan. Do not ask her, so where you want to go? What you want? No. Women like when you put thought into something and you just say, okay, I'm taking you somewhere. And based on the fact that you listen, so the important part is the fact that you listened to her. So she said, I've never been to that dirt bike, whatever, and you're thinking, and she's into those kinds of things, that can be a date. To some men don't agree, but it can be. So she's telling you that this is what she's like. She would like to experience this. No,
Hold
that's
on,
where
Ryan. Hold on.
right. So that's where you're going to start with the date thing. You kind of ask her a question. What kind of date is she into? Is she more into the whole outside activities, or she'd rather start with a dinner setting? That's how you have an idea. So if she said, boy, I don't mind, I love both, you pick one. She love it. Don't don't sit down and be like, oh, where you want to go? What kind of restaurant? Da 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 da. It's a turn off. You kind of you don't get any points for that. You get major points for planning ahead. You get major points, and the points just really stems from you listening to her.
You can
Um,
ask a question.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You said that it's a turn off when the man asks where to go, whatever, whatever. But what if I find five restaurants and I say pick one?
I mean, I guess that can work too because it must be five. If she's into different things, and you say, pick one of these. I don't think that's a bad thing because at least
Okay.
you're putting thought into where to take her, and you pick five of the amazing ones. Because she probably say, "Oh, you know, I have these list of restaurants," and you say pick one. That's okay too, because it means you're putting thought into
Okay.
it more than you don't have nothing. You're not thinking about nothing. You just want her to tell you where to take her. That's
Okay.
Can
not
I say something?
sure.
You know why Jamaican man are struggle where date is concerned?
Why?
There are two
Tell
things.
us.
They think that date is over a plate of food. And second thing, they're choosing the wrong friggin' female to carry on a date.
That's right.
The fact of the matter is, if you paint a junker white and let him go, him still a junker. Some girl, nobody try carry them go nowhere. As what you say no, most man will damage a woman damage them,
The
Them
headline
right off
tomorrow:
and can't
you
come
call
back,
women drunker.
No, if them want to say that, that's fine. It's just the truth. And
Oh,
look on it.
oh,
Jamaican woman, them are gonna say all man a dog. But you as a man a eat a piece of chicken, she gonna tell you say she want the bone part. Who like bone? Dog.
okay.
That is the big that them thing that are the two main thing. The
Okay.
man them think say taking on a girl on a date is over a plate of food. And the second mistake them make are who them a pick for go up on a date from. You have females where you can carry down a waterfront and she watch the Urbanoso Festival again. She watch that one she pass and lick on one ice cream, one waffle cone ice cream until it done. And that's a date. That is a date. And then
Not
again,
not in a
at this
2024, Gio. Let me tell you.
two
Let me tell
two
you right now. Gio,
because
hold
of
on,
who
Gio. Hold on. No, hold on, Gio. Hold on. We are discussing. It's okay. I am telling you, in a 2024, for find a woman like that, you know when you know when Grand Market a keep a town and the place
yeah,
crowded, you have to,
yeah.
I go. I saw you have to find that woman there. You rarely find those women right now because the way how things are transition now, the woman them want to dress up real good. Them want to dress up. Them want to go up on Them want to go up on what you call it. Them want to go up on the Instagram. So they want to take them picture for Instagram. Them want to record them food for the TikTok. Nobody now record the ice cream. Say I'm on a date and with a waffle cone. Them not do
Yeah,
that nowadays,
you have to
Jay.
understand in a chems. You have female where live them life generally as whole life go and you have female where live them life after a 30-second or a 1 minute reel. Those are the type of girls them where you talk about. Those are the type of girls where you talk
Can you
about.
pin Candy? Was it Candy Rebel? That's her last comment, please.
When I know for pin it.
Oh, you don't know?
Honestly.
She's
Okay.
right. She's right.
But it is the truth. Okay. Perfect example.
Some Jamaican men are not creative. They choose a dinner date because it is the easiest.
Right. I'm gonna say I am probably the hardest person to date because I always just can't be bothered and I have no interest in anybody. So it's really hard for me to find a partner because that's how I am. And then I realized it's not really me. It's really the outside, the men, right? A couple of years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, a young man had an interest in me, and we were talking, and he asked me, he wanted to take me out on a date, and he said, "What are you into? It's more of like a romantic dinner or an adventure?" And I said, always the dinner date. So I said an adventure would be great. That's the only thing I said. I didn't say anything else. He said to me, "Okay, are you available on this day?" I said, "Yes." He's like, "All right, dress comfortable. We're going out." He didn't tell me where I was going. He just said, "Dress comfortable, sneakers and all." And I did just that. And I showed up. He planned an entire day. We started off with Mystic Mountain, which was amazing, just that. After that, he I guess down somewhere in Ocean you have like the boats and they sail out, you can rent it and then you sail out on the water, and we did that. And then we ended the day with dinner. No, he scored I must say major points, because the only question he asked me was if I was into one or the other, and I said it, and he went ahead and he planned every single detail of it. Some men are lazy. It's just easy to take me to Bozo's or one of those places because I just sit down and I eat, and that's that. So sometimes it's really, as Jay said, the kind of women that men pick. Because in
So
talking to a woman,
what
you
became
must
of that
know.
man?
Sorry?
What became of that man?
Well, he had issues. outside of that.
Okay.
So you see, but you can
You
still
sure
push
it
the
was, you sure you are not the issue?
no,
Oh
I
my
am
god.
sure I am not the issue with this one. I swear I am not the issue with this one. He has um he has things that he has to take care of where emotional things that he doesn't allow anybody inside to help with certain things, and so he battles with them, and I can't force a person to open up and share. I can't force them. But we're still cool. We still talk from time to time. But he's the type of person where he gets depressed and he shuts down. I
So
can
you leave
try.
him, you leave him
Sorry.
because of that?
If what?
You leave him because of that?
It's not to say leaving, but it's hard if you shut down and you're shutting down for weeks and on end. That is hard for me. I
I'm just
can't.
asking.
Yeah, because if every so we're good now, and then something happens, you shut
Okay.
down, and you're just in your own little bubble for this long period. You come back again, and I'm like, and I'm not the type of person that gives so many chances. You come back, we're good again. Something else happen, and you shut down again. I can't manage that. I'm here as a friend, and you can always call me and talk, but I cannot do that.
So what if him get rid of that and him
Then
start
we'll be
open
great.
up?
We would be great. I'm telling you, he still has his major points. That's the only problem I have with him. It is he's I don't know. I want to say probably he's fighting demons that he hasn't, you know, won that battle. But if he fixes that, he's in the lead, honestly,
And
because
he's a very good provider, right?
oh, he is.
This is
You know,
charms, brother. That must be number one,
that has
brother.
to be. That has to be.
Yeah,
There's
poor
no
brother.
other way.
I know,
There's no
right?
other way. Yeah, there's no other way. But yeah, oh, so let me finish up quickly. So yeah, so cute little things. Open the door. Chivalry is dead in Jamaica. The man them want you open the door and the man walk through it. So you're supposed to hold it because I open it, sorry, hold it, let me walk through. You open the door and the man, some of them will probably stand up.
So Triple
Exactly.
so Triple LC is saying many persons walk around with mental illness. They are functional, but unless they work on themselves, they are not dateable.
Exactly.
Mika,
Charm, would you
Mika is
agree with me? Would you,
hold,
sorry, would you,
1 second, Ryan. So
okay.
so Mika so Mika is saying, Ryan, those type of people can be very hard to deal with.
It is.
And
It
she
is.
said, how will you help him if he doesn't open up?
I agree. But you mentioned chivalry and it is dead, and the man them now do X, Y, and Z. Would you agree with me that women help to kill chivalry?
That's true.
Yeah,
That's very, very true.
feminism has I hate feminists. I do not support feminists. I do not support the movement. To me, it's trash. It started out good, and then it became a horrible, horrible thing. And that is where all this stems from. Women wanting to be overly independent. There's nothing wrong with being an independent woman. As I was saying earlier, I don't want to give up control and give a man complete control over my life, but you still allow a man to be a man, you know? But women these days, it's all about proving to be strong. And I don't know how allowing a man to be a man, allowing to be a gentleman, how does that take away from your independence? So women over the years, the feminist movement, this feminism thing, it has contributed to the thing now. Right, exactly. It's not for us. It does nothing for us. It ruins the black community.
100%.
It ruins it completely. Women don't all of a sudden I can do and you throw it in a man's face, and that is why I always say men don't necessarily go for a woman that's making a lot of money. You'd be surprised that a man, his woman, he is a doctor and his woman, for example, is just a regular secretary. Because she's not gonna throw anything. I can do this on my own. I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need you for this. I can do this on my own.
Yes,
So what
God.
purpose does he serve? If you
Uh,
are just gonna fling up in his face, I don't need you. I can buy this for myself. I can do this for myself. I can lift this. I can push that. He serves no purpose. He's no purpose at all. He's not gonna open the door because why you open the door for me? I can open it myself. Okay, miss, go ahead and open the door. I don't need you to open the jar for me. I can open it myself. I don't need you to buy that. I can do it myself. I have my own money. I have my own this. I have my own place. He's not going to want you because he feels useless. He's going to serve no purpose. So a lot
Charmaine,
of
maybe you know the female, maybe you know her. I don't know her name off the top of my head. The female judge in America, she always on the programs, and she said, like she recently was saying, she don't want a bus man would drive bus and whatever, and they were going at her. She had a similar story. She was on Breakfast Club recently. I think it was last year, and she had a similar story where she was saying that she married a man who is a high earner just like herself, and when that man wanted to take her out and trips and so forth. She said, "No, I have these cases to do, that to do, such and such and such." They ended up divorcing, and now she wants a child, and she have to go through, we call it the test tube baby kind of settings, yeah, in vitro. So now that's where she headed to, and
So
I think they were asking her about that if she regretted whatever, whatever. I don't think she admitted that she regretted it, but she's also advocating for other women to go down that road as her. So a lot of luck. I don't know why a lot of people they say misery love company. So a lot of people who go through bad things and regret it, they won't admit it, but they want other people to go down that road with them.
that's true. That is true.
You know, our next thing that make the feminist campaign so strong, the local sex star where them have a name Rose. Where them don't understand, say, when them mash up the nerves pan them clit. And the next thing too, you see, I always tell my friends this, You see, female where use sex toys, I don't want none to do with them. I don't want to see them. None at all. A woman they use a sex toy, when she get a man, she expects that the man must behave just the same as a sex toy. And then she walk and say, oh, man is not good and this and that and that. But when them use the rose and mash up themselves and no get nobody, I hope so when them they are the golden age home, them can talk to them rose and laugh about memories and them something there. There are so much things mashing up this world. It's all people just look and say, yo, crime and violence alone. There are many other things and
they
mash up the
said
world piece
they
by
said
piece.
the rose is up
The
there.
rose is number one right now, brother. You ask a girl, why you don't have a man? Man across is me have my rose. Man across is me have my rose. Man across is me have my
But
rose.
it's the truth. But it's true because listen, I've never been. I don't like sex toys. I don't like them at all because when you have become so dependent on this plastic, remember, a man after he ejaculates, he's going dead, right? This thing is not gonna die. So if she's a nympho, she can go the entire night until she's drained because she has this thing. Now when she finds a man, she's frustrated because she's used to having taping the thing on the wall, this big old thing, taping it on the wall, and she work it the entire night until there's nothing left. She has this man now, the poor little man tired. Like, miss, I give you two, three, or whatever rounds, and I'm tired, but she won't go 10 because she has become so accustomed to that thing that
I
it
don't
makes no
want to
sense.
see them.
Someone can please them.
I don't
Hey,
want to see them.
wait, one question, Ryan. So TS is saying, what would you have her do, Ryan? I think she was talking about
Yeah, man, I
the
know. Yeah, yeah. And I can answer that easily. It's similar to what I said earlier regarding if you're a busy man and you have multiple things doing, at the end of the day, you still have to balance it and find time for your partner. It comes right back to that. You have to find time for your partner. Doesn't matter if you had a party, you could have owned 100 businesses like Bill Gates and them people. There. You have to find time. You have to
man.
take
Thank
that
you.
time.
I want to say something before you
All right.
guys close out this. Let me say something.
Yes.
Jamaican woman always walk up and down and say man a problem and this and that and them want a real man. 95% of Jamaican women cannot manage a real man. They want a provider. There's a difference between a man and a provider. Me, myself, I sit down right here. So I am not a man. I'm trying to be a man. I'm a provider because certain things where a man, where them say them want a man, them want a real man. Certain things where it come with some man can't manage it. Because also some of them dress and carry themselves. A real high value man, nah go want you. You go bring him down. You're going to bring him down. So woman need to know the difference between a man and a damn provider. tell the world say you want a provider, you don't want a real man because you cannot manage what a real man come with. You cannot. Females cannot manage what a real man come with. Cannot. I positively sure I can bet my life and still live. They cannot manage what a real man come with. So them just need to tell people say, yo, I want a provider. They don't want a real man.
So
And
Jay,
females,
And
before we
but I
close out,
agree.
Jay, can you just give us a quick synopsis? What does a real man come with?
oh, me if you tell you that, and me tell you say I am not a real man. I'm trying to get there. I can't speak
Oh,
about what I'm not.
I
Ryan,
understand what Jay is saying. I
all right.
understand what he's saying. So, there outside of a man being a provider, you have a real man. There are certain expectations, the way you carry yourself. You understand? The way you speak, the way you act, just general things that are expected. Now, women these days, you feel like if your partner said to your boy, I think your dress is a little short to go out. All of a sudden, him tell her how she for dress. She don't want the man tell her how for dress. So then you go outside and you only have on nipple covers with your mesh dress and your G-string. And all of a sudden you're being controlled because the man is saying to you, hey, I don't like the way you dress. It's just simple things. There are certain, when you want a real man, there are certain things that
All right. Do
come.
you think before you continue, Charmaine, let me ask you: Do you think that's grounds for dismissal?
What?
If a woman wear nipple covers, G string, and the man say, listen, that's a no go for me, and she still this, oh, you can't control me. You know them going right, and the
Hmm.
man say, well, I can't deal with this. It's over. Do you think that's grounds for dismissal?
If he feels strongly about it, then I can't. I mean, I can't. I couldn't be upset with him to make that decision. If he makes that decision, I couldn't be upset at all because those are, as I say, I want a provider. I want a real man. Everybody knows me, and this is provider, right? Me like that, and I expect it to be a real man that comes with it. So if he says to me, and a lot of times I've been told, boy, you're just too short, and I don't argue, and I'm like, really, but in a short to me, them say you're just too short, I go and I change it. It's a simple thing. If you think
Yeah.
what I'm wearing is a little inappropriate, I'm not gonna get up and blaze and say, yeah, try to tell me how to dress, blah blah blah. No, I'll go and change it. I have no issue. And then what comes with a real man is the word that a lot of women don't like: submission. Sorry, I know a lot of people don't like the word, but it's the truth. You must
Yeah.
submit. Get something. You can't just submit because you know you because in order for a relationship to work, for a man to be a man and a woman to be a woman, and society nowadays they don't believe in gender roles. There are gender roles. It is the truth. With a little tweak to it, it doesn't mean that in a house a man cannot help with the meals and the cleaning and the caring for the kids. It doesn't mean they can't help out your partner. But
Mm.
gender roles in terms of what I play as my part as a woman to my man, and
Mm-hmm.
his part as a man to me. There are
Mm-hmm.
gender roles. I cannot play his part and he cannot play mine. And
Okay.
so now women these days, it's everything demands it's control, and they're not submitting. Two bull can't rein in one pen. So the two
That's
of us
true.
can be, you understand? Two pants can't wear in the house. Somebody has to have on the skirt and somebody has to have the pants on. And that is the problem. There's no, you get a good man, and you insist that you're not as I said, both people have to submit to each other. You have to submit to your woman to allow her to be a woman. She has to submit to you, allow you to be a man. But some people have it all crossed. Some men believe submission is control, as well as some women believe it is the same. It's not control. You're both submitting to each other for the relationship to work. But if you blaze up and you say, boy, me not take no talk from the woman, me not take no talk from the man, it's not gonna work.
Some man, some woman, some man too, and a whole. They 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 want a helper, So they marry the woman. So the helper no go home on weekend or she no go home 5 o'clock. The helper just live with him right through. Yo, you
Eh,
can't as a man, you can't do that. You cannot do
So,
that.
so Gio, so TS is saying, well, I guess she's addressing this to Charmaine. She said there is a balance though, Charmaine. Being a provider does not give you 100% autonomy over someone's life. To that, you say what, Charmaine?
Right, remember, I just that was what the last point I made. I'm saying people have it all crossed.
Okay.
Some men believe submission, being a provider, um, and
And a real
being a
man.
man, The
Mm-hmm.
way we call him, what the alpha male is control. It's not about control. We both have to submit to each other for it to work. You understand? You have to allow me to be the woman in the relationship, and I allow you to be the man in the relationship. You don't need to um you have a problem with every single thing. You want to tell me, no, outside of me being modest in my attire, you want to tell me what to wear, when to wear it, how to act. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. If it
Okay.
says something that I'm wearing that you think it's a little skimpy or you don't think it's cute, it's nothing to tell me, say, babe, I don't like that, da da da. But some
Yeah.
men want to tell a woman how to do everything. Your hair must be worn like this, you must wear this, you must wear that. I don't like that. It's not all about you. What about what makes you, I think you can give a little. So if like me, I like short hair, I could never talk to a man that has a problem with my short hair, because I'll be wearing pixie cut until the day they put me under the ground. You understand me? I'll be
Mhm.
wearing weaves too. I wear nails. I wear makeup. I have to talk to a man that's okay with those things, because you can't come in there and tell me, I don't like weave. I don't like short hair. I don't like your nails. I don't like makeup. I don't like lashes. What about what makes me happy? If it's not, you understand me? If
But
it's
then
not,
hold on.
hmm
I was with you until right here, and I know
until
we
where?
have to go shortly. But hold on. So this is it. The issue that I believe men are having, and men who we talk in the space, right? The issue that I believe men are having is, why is that our women can't be happy being natural?
I am happy being natural. You see me now, I am natural, but I also want to change it up. I like me.
No,
I
you're
like
not.
changes. I don't wear the same, huh?
I said, no, you're not.
What? Oh, well, my hair. Well, I mean, right? But there are times I've come on here and I'm in my pixie cut without makeup and without nails.
That's what we want to see. That's what we
No,
want
but
to see.
right, that's what right. But I, within myself, I like sometimes to do my nails. Sometimes I don't want to have on any nails. I don't have it on. I don't wear makeup every day. I don't wear makeup to work. I don't feel like I need to be in that all the time. But when I dress up and go out, I like to put on my little makeup. Sometimes I want my pixie cut. Sometimes I want weave. It's what makes me comfortable. So it's not that I am not happy with myself in my natural state, but I just like to change it up. I like to change my look, and that is okay. So I have to talk to a man that is okay with me being myself. And today I want to be all natural. Tomorrow I want to change it up a little bit. Every different strokes are different. I can't beat down a man if that's not what he wants. But then at the end of the day, when them cheat with you, is long hair Becky. She have on the blonde weave down her bottom. Her nails them long. She can't even wipe her ass good. And her makeup is like she's dead. And that's who they cheat with. So for me, I have to talk to a man that's okay with me being me, because when he give me bun, he's giving me bun. We do another dollies we go over DR with our long blonde wave, our glue down
No,
But
nobody
linen.
Charmaine, you have to
love.
understand the difference, you know. Men don't cheat with who they want married. You
hmm
hear me, I say?
I'm
Yeah,
hearing
man, go
you.
on.
Tell
So
her.
woman are just fantasy. So if a man cheat with a woman where look like a dolly, that not necessarily means you have to turn dolly. That not necessarily means a dolly him just want the dolly for the night there. At the end of the day, I come home to the wife. I'm just saying I'm not justifying cheating, but I'm just explaining how it works.
But
Why
why
them do
can't
why
fantasize about me? Fantasize. Remember, I'm not
yeah,
just
I
saying
mean,
I
yeah,
can have
of
short
course.
hair today, right? I
Me
can
not
be
say no,
bald.
but me just say
Exactly.
not
So that's what
because
I'm
he got
saying.
cheat with that dolly means him no one there with a dolly.
But right, but you see, I don't aspire to be a dolly or that level. I just aspire to just switching it up a little bit. So today he'll get a short hair Halle Berry. Tomorrow you might just have a long hair, whatever. See, now I'm in a bob. Different. So I can be different women for him. He can fantasize about me. He don't know what he's getting today. I got a hairdresser, and he's just there wondering who is coming home tonight. Him don't know who's coming home tonight. Whether it's natural me, I'm coming home with locks, I'm coming home with long hair. I mean, I'm not going to be outrageous. I'm still modest in the way I look. I'm not going to wear blonde hair, red hair. No. But he just doesn't know who is coming home tonight. It's supposed to excite him. So when him see me, he wants to jump all over him because, wow, that's not the person that left here this morning. Fantasize about me. Let me be your dolly. You don't need to go out the road go do it. You don't want me to do it, but then that is what you're going up. Let me turn you on in my little way.
Hey, so TS is saying you cannot pick up a woman who loves these things, then tell her she can't do this and that. Date a woman who does what you like. Agree? Okay.
That's true, and that's what I was saying, right? You have to. Everybody, I can't force you. You like what you like. You're a Rasta man, and you want a woman to eat meat and she lock her hair and she wear a long skirt with her sneakers and her bobby socks, and that's okay. That's for you. That's not for me. So don't come to me, being me, and you know who I am, and you met me this way, and all of a sudden you want me to change. Why you want me to change everything about myself? It's different if I used to dress all skimpy and whatever, and I get into a relationship and it's like, okay, baby, I like when my woman, I like to leave some things to the imagination. There's nothing wrong with that. But you want to tell me something, can't wear little lip gloss, no arm, no lash, no hair, no nails, nothing, just dry and so. That's not for me. But you will find somebody out there for you, but that person is just not me. So why we're gonna stress out each other? Because I am going to do it anyway. I'm gonna cut my hair. And then I said the main thing men like women with hair. I love to cut my hair. My signature look is my pixie cut. I've been doing it for about 12, 13 years now. You come to me and even if you don't meet me with it, the first thing I say, listen, don't be fooled by this weave. I go short. You're gonna work with that or you're gonna find something else. But don't come and tell me say, no, something I like that. No,
All right,
that's not
all right, all right, guys. Just to let you know, Charmaine is on the market. So ensure to like long hair, short hair, blonde hair, pink hair, green hair, all kind of hair. Yeah, like and makeup and lashes and all of them things. All right, guys. So, most definitely, I think we can wrap it up here. Definitely it was interesting conversation. For those who in the comments, those who are watching, please pass it on to your mommy, your daddy, your uncle, your sister, Shibada uncle, Shibada cousin, whoever you want, pass it on to. Let's pass it on to them. Let's continue to try and grow this channel. Obviously, it is our first episode. So we're going to be here, every single Sunday. And we'll continue this conversation next week Sunday. Gio, Charmy, and Ryan, definitely thank you so much, for coming out. We'll make this a consistent thing, and I'll see you guys next week.
All
All right,
right,
no
blessing,
problem. Next week.
blessing.
bye.
Bye.